Please remain standing for the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. You may be seated. Please let me take a moment to note, in the case of an emergency, the exit signs are clearly marked and are located at the sides and at the back of the theater. The handicap exit is directly to the rear of the theater and to the right. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce Dr. Kendra Boggess, Interim Vice President and Academic Dean.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Kreider, for your role as Grand Marshal in today's ceremony and also for your leadership and dedication as a faculty member. Dr. Kreider has been recognized by the students here at Concord with the Joseph Friedel Award as an outstanding teacher in 2007. Thank you for your service to Concord. To you, the students, it's now my pleasure to extend Concord's welcome to this assembly, the 2012 Freshman Convocation. We are pleased to have with us this afternoon several individuals who will not have a specific role in the program, but who are very important to the Concord family. I would like to introduce them now. We have Board of Governors members attending, and several will be joining us this afternoon. Board of Governors members are individuals who are either appointed by the Governor of West Virginia or elected by their fellow constituents within the university. All Board of Governor members serve without remuneration and provide leadership and direction for the university. Amy Pitzer, are you here? Adam Pauley, the student representative. David Matcham, the faculty representative. Thank you. I would also like to recognize the heart and soul of the academic enterprise at Concord University. The dedicated men and women who are seated behind me and who have made this day possible for all of you serve as the faculty here. Would all of the Concord University faculty, as well as those who are retired and emeriti, please stand to receive our welcome and appreciation. Thank you. In addition to the faculty, I would like to acknowledge the dedicated staff members who truly are the backbone of the university and who serve students in a variety of ways. Please stand if you're a staff member here at Concord and be recognized. And finally, probably the most important campus group and the reason why we are all here, the students. The president of the SGA Association, Mr. Josh Hanna, are you here? It is now my pleasure to introduce the 10th president of Concord University, Dr. Gregory F. Aloya. Dr. Aloya came to Concord in 2008, and his energy, enthusiasm, and dedication to the mission of Concord have been inspirational to each of us. It is my pleasure to introduce him to you now.
Thank you, Dr. Bogus. Let me also welcome everyone here, our faculty, our staff, and our wonderful new students. As the newest members of our academic community, we are here to extend a special welcome to you today in both words and ceremony. We want to acknowledge the significance of this moment, this transition that you are undertaking as you begin your college education at Concord University, and to affirm its importance and the dignity of that transition. I'm reminded of an adage my mother often repeated when she said there are three factors that shape our lives more than any other: your faith and how it teaches you to love, your family and how it teaches you to live, and your education and how it teaches you to learn. At Concord, we want to build on each of these three foundations during your journey, but we want to add a fourth. We have a maxim that dates back to 1929, and the then President Joseph Marsh, who summarized the three themes for my mother, as well as the essence of a Concord University education with the following words: come to learn, go to serve. Come to learn, go to serve. That's your charge. I wish you well in your journey to live, to love, to learn, and to serve. Again, let me welcome you to the Concord University family and wish you a great year, and my best to each of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Aloya, for your remarks. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Kathy Hawks. She is a professor of education here. This is her 13th year teaching at Concord University. She was the 2012 recipient of the Joseph Friedel Award that's presented by the SGA annually. She also was recognized with this Concord University Teaching Award by the faculty. Kathy.
Thank you, Dr. Bogus. Welcome aboard Concord Cruise Lines, where our goal is to serve you and take you on an exhilarating destination. We will immerse you in lavish accommodations, equipped with a private bath, French terrace balconies, 24-hour room service, and a refreshing, you know what? I am so sorry. I'm reading the wrong speech. Please forgive me. It has been a long day. I know I have the right speech here. Hang in here with me just a moment. Here's another one. Let me try this one. Maybe this is it. Abandon all hope, all ye who enter here. Oh my. This is not the one either. It's just been such a crazy Monday. Thank you for not giving up on me and hanging in here with me. Let me see. There's one more. This has to be it. Welcome to Concord University. Campus beautiful. That's it. Home of those who came to learn and left to serve. We are so glad you decided to join us. I wish that I could tell you that the next several years were going to be like a relaxing and refreshing cruise, but I can't tell you that. I can tell you we're a place where dreams come true. And I'm really glad that I don't have to tell you to abandon all hope, all ye who enter here. Although there will be some days during the next few years when you may feel that that statement is very appropriate. It will be those days that you will feel like you can't go on. You will want to throw in the towel, quit, but you can't. For the next few minutes, let me challenge you to persevere, to endure, to stick it out. Never give up when those days come. As you begin your journey at Concord, the next few weeks will be filled with feelings of confusion and anxiety and frustration and exhaustion. But don't you give up. Remember, it's the rough waters, not the calm seas, which make the best sailors. So when your waters become turbulent, you hang on. Don't you give up. I promise you will learn the names of the buildings, you will find your classrooms, and the books will arrive. But you can't give up. And as unbelievable as it may sound to you right now, you will probably feel homesick, and you're actually going to miss that same family that has driven you nuts for the past 18 years. When you get homesick, don't give up. When you get your first test back, and if the professor writes at the top, "Seriously?" don't give up. You hang on and you keep going. There will be times when it will appear that you have been treated unfairly. Then there will be times when you have been treated unfairly. And giving up will seem the easiest solution. But don't you give up. You hang on. You persevere. When you're exhausted beyond measure, and you will be, and when your boss asks you to work a double shift on the night before your midterm exam, don't give up. Don't quit. You keep going. If you lose your jump drive, have to jump your car, and your best friend jumps your case, resolve to press on. Don't give up. When the cafeteria is serving tofu for the third day in a row, and you wake up on the fourth morning to discover tofu oatmeal, don't give up. You hang on, you persevere. If the textbook for your class cost more than your car is worth, you keep going. You buy the textbook, you hang on, you persevere. When your room is scorching hot and your roommate turns up the heat, don't you give up and go home. You stay with us. There will be times when you have no clean clothes, no gas for your car, and no sleep. Endure, overcome, don't quit. In the coming years, you will be exposed to vast amounts of knowledge. Your ideas will be challenged and you will be stretched. During those perplexing periods, don't give up on what you know is truth. Stand firm. Unfortunately, unexpected tragedies will occur and life will throw you some curveballs. Don't give up. If you realize your 4-year degree is going to have to be crammed into 5 years, that's okay. It really is okay. Just don't give up. My grandmother, who passed away 5 years ago at the age of 94, was my North Star. She was my guide in life. She channeled me to the right direction. She held me accountable. She was the wisest person I've ever known or met. She taught me many valuable lessons. One of those lessons was don't you give up, Kathy. No matter what, don't give up. You see, it took grandmother, the wisest person I've known, 25 years to complete her teaching degree here at Concord. 25 years. It wasn't because she was ignorant or lazy, just the opposite. She was raising a family, working full-time, and tending a farm just outside of Athens. She took classes as she could afford them. She earned her teaching degree and touched multitudes of lives in a classroom for over 20 years before retiring, all because she didn't give up. I guess what I'm trying to say is no matter what happens in the next few years, don't you give up. An unknown author wrote, "When the world says give up, hope whispers, try one more time." However, there may be a day come in your life when you no longer hear the whisper of hope. Please know on those days that you have people on this campus who care about you and want you to succeed. They're sitting on this stage. Our doors are open, and we want to encourage you and inspire you and maybe even be your North Star. Perhaps the essence of my speech is best encapsulated in a poem entitled "The Race" by an unknown author. The race. A children's race. Young boys, young men, how I remember well. Excitement, sure, but also fear. It wasn't hard to tell. They all lined up, so full of hope, each thought to win that race. Or tie for first, or if not that, at least take second place. And fathers watched from off the side, each cheering for his son. And each boy hoped to show his dad that he would be the one. The whistle blew and off they went, young hearts and hopes afire. To win, to be the hero there, was each young boy's desire. But one boy in particular, whose dad was in the crowd, was running near the lead and thought, my dad will be so proud. But as he speeded down the field across a shallow dip, the little boy who hoped to win lost his step and slipped. Trying hard to catch himself, his hands flew out to brace, and mid the laughter of the crowd, he fell flat upon his face. So down he fell, and with him hope. He couldn't win it now. Embarrassed, sad, he only wished to disappear somehow. But as he fell, his dad stood up and showed his loving face, which to the boy so clearly said, get up and win the race. He quickly rose, no damage done, a bit behind, that's all, and he ran with all his mind and might to make up for his fall. So anxious to restore himself, to catch up and to win, his mind went faster than his legs, and he slipped and he fell again. He wished he'd quit before with only one disgrace. I'm hopeless as a runner now. I shouldn't try to race. But in the laughing crowd he searched and found his daddy's face. That steady look which said again, get up and win the race. So he jumped up to try again, 10 yards behind the last. If I'm going to gain those yards, he thought, I'm going to have to move real fast. Exerting everything he had, he gained 8 or 10, but trying so hard to catch the lead, don't you know, he fell yet again. Defeat. He lay there silently, and a tear dropped from his eye. There's no sense running anymore. 3 strikes, I'm out, why try? The will to rise had disappeared. All hope had fled away. So far behind, so error-prone, a loser all the way. I've lost, what's the use, he thought. I'll just live with my disgrace. But then he thought about his dad, who soon he'd have to face. Get up, an echo sounded low. Get up and take your place. You were not meant for failure here. Get up and win the race. With borrowed will, get up, it said, you haven't lost at all. For winning is not more than this, but to rise each time you fall. So up he rose to win once more, but with a new commit. He resolved that win or lose, he was not going to quit. So far behind the others now, the most he had ever been, but he gave it all he had and ran it to the end. 3 times he had fallen stumbling, but 3 times he rose again. Too far behind to hope to win, but he still ran it to the end. They cheered the winning runner as he crossed first place, head high and proud and happy, no falling, no disgrace. But when the fallen youngster crossed the line in last place, the crowd gave him the greater cheer because he finished his race. And even though he came in last, with head bowed low and proud, you would have thought he won if you'd listened to the crowd. And to his dad he said, so sadly said, I didn't do so well. To me you won, his father said, for you rose each time you fell. So when things seem dark and hard and difficult to face, let the memory of that little boy help you with your race. For all of life is like that race, with ups and downs and all. But all you have to do is rise each time you fall. Quit, give up, you're beaten. They're going to shout it in your face. But let another voice within you say, get up and win the race. Dear freshmen at Concord University, you were not meant for failure here. Just rise each time you fall and win the race. May God bless you, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Kathy, for those inspiring words. I would now like to introduce you to Dr. Laura Zamzow, who will take a few moments to teach you the Concord University alma mater. The words are on the back of your program.
Good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to thank Christelle for helping me out today. How we're going to do this is that we're going to sing this for you once through so you can hear how it goes, and then we're going to have you sing along. So here's the melody.
Thank you very much for joining us at the 2012 Freshman Convocation. We want each of you to have a very successful semester, and we want you to know we are all here to help you succeed. We have high expectations for you, and you'll need to use all your energy and enthusiasm to focus on your goals. We want you to have fun, but we also want you to make sure to buckle down and study. The faculty, staff, and administration here are here to serve you. We're here to help you, and know that all these people behind me on the stage are in this with you. At this time, I want to ask Dr. Margie Flanagan to come to the podium and talk to us about our tree planting ceremony.
Thank you, Dr. Bogus. On behalf of the Student Affairs team at Concord University, I want to extend a welcome to everybody assembled here today on the Campus Beautiful. To our students, faculty, staff, and guests, thank you for being with us to help us celebrate our first-year convocation. The first-year tree planting has special significance as a CU tradition. For our first-year students, it serves as a symbol for the roots you are forming as you begin your journey as a Concord University student, and establishes your special contribution to the campus. Throughout your stay at Concord, you will witness this tree's growth, much as the faculty and staff, along with your families and friends, will witness your growth. It sometimes doesn't happen all at once, and sometimes so subtly that we may miss the nuances of your changes. When you return to Concord as alumni, your tree's height will serve as a reminder of your years here and your own growth and development as a student, a professional, and as a person. As you sit here today, it may be difficult to grasp the significance of this moment. This convocation officially welcomes you into this Concord University family. It is the official start of your college education. You may fail to sense your place in history or the presence of the thousands of other students who have sat in these same seats or other chairs in different venues across the campus, ready to embark on their educational journey. This tree planting is a reminder of those who came before you. According to our library archives, in the spring of 1915, almost 100 years ago, the tree stand, known as the Pines, were planted by Mr. Delford Lee Cottrell's agricultural and botany classes. Some of the trees were cut down when the Student Center was built in the late 1960s, and the pines were milled and used to panel the alumni lounge on the 3rd floor of the Student Center. In recent years, Concord's tree planting tradition has been renewed, with each entering class taking part in a celebration. We hope that this tradition continues long after we are all gone from these campus paths. With the risk of stretching an analogy too far, please bear with me as your tree symbol is extended. Today, as you begin your Concord University experience, please picture the underground growth symbolized by the roots you are establishing here as the roots of knowledge, service, citizenship, friendship, honor, and integrity. These are the pillars upon which your tree grows. By nurturing your roots, you ensure your continued growth, development, and longevity. Your tree, the entering class of 2012, is the eastern redbud, or Cercis canadensis. According to Gilman and Watson, who are experts on trees, your tree has a moderate to rapid growth rate. It has red twigs and beautiful shimmering purple-red new leaves, which fade to purple-green during the summer, with colored veins that change with the seasonal change of leaf color. In spring, your tree should blossom with splendid purple-pink flowers just before the leaves emerge. Eventually, and with proper care, your tree should grow to 20 to 30 feet in height. By planting the eastern redbud, you are adding to the Campus Beautiful. Now, this concludes the formal portion of our convocation ceremony, but we have a couple of housekeeping items to mention. The tree planting ceremony will occur directly outside of this building to the right where we took our class picture. Platform guests will be the first to exit, followed by the faculty, and then the students, staff, and guests. Everyone will exit through the right-hand side of the building. Cups of dirt are prepared that you will use to place on the tree roots. We invite everybody to help plant the tree. Dr. Hawks, as our honored guest, will be the first to begin, followed by the students, then our faculty, staff, and guests. First-year students can then pick up their T-shirts from the orientation leaders, and you can get those under the oak tree to your right. Tonight at 8 p.m. in this auditorium, we have a Shot of Reality alcohol awareness program that's required for all University 100 residential students. University 100 continues for all students back in this auditorium at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow, so you get your next assignment. But we have a special program planned, including an improv group that should be fun as well as educational. We thank you all for being with us today and sharing this wonderful celebration. And once again, we welcome you all to the Concord family. Please remain seated for the recessional.